Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's try that again. Good morning. Yeah, a little raspy this morning. How is everybody? When you come in, tell us who you are and where you're from and how much snow you got. I hope everybody is. And give us a thumbs up. When you come in, give us a thumbs up. We won't charge you. No, seriously, there's no charge. Hi, Sandra. It is a odd day here in Central Florida. It's quite cloudy because I know that we're getting ready to. Hi, Angie. Hi, Robin. I had a little bit of a lazy Sunday morning. We slept just a few minutes longer this morning. In fact, I woke up at 7:45 and did that thing. Do you do that thing if you wear glasses or if you can't read, can't see? I can't see jack anymore. Hi, Minnie. Where my eyes are still closed, but I reach over and I put my glasses on and then I lay there for a second with my eyes closed and my glasses on. I have to work myself up to, and then, check the news, check the weather. And then I thought everybody was still sleeping. I thought, you know what? I'm going back to bed. And I just rolled over and fell back asleep. It was fantastic. Fantastic. Fresh sheets on the bed last night. Ooh, who doesn't sleep good on fresh sheets? Okay. Hello, Madeline. Hi, Diane. All right. So we're gonna throughout the day, throughout the whatever time. Throughout today, keep telling us how much snow you've got, and if you're icy, but also let us know that you're safe, and if you have power. I hope everybody has power. God, like 1 million people so far, no power. Oh God. Oh. Okay, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about the weather here in Florida. It's going to be 82 today. But it's going to be very cold all week. So there's a storm blowing in, and we always get that little humid, hot front, and then the weather will drop. So the wind is already blowing. It's blowing in the cold weather, so don't worry about it. We're not going to be at 80 for long. But today, it's going to be 82. Okay. Madeline, I hope your hand surgery went well. We're going to top stitch on the petals while we chit chat today. Oh my gosh, look how cute that's coming out. Yeah. Yeah. Although, I'm seeing something that I'm thankful that it's only on the first one. Because it'll give me, I can kind of test it on this one and then adjust. This one. Okay, hang on. I'm going to ask you guys something. Let's catch up here. All right, Angie in Colorado, 11 degrees and a covering of snow. Okay, Madeline, 9 inches. Oh my God. Ugh. 9 inches. 9 inches. 9. Morning. Hi, Arlene, Virginia. They have snow and a mix of ice. 18 degrees. Oh. Madeline, how did your hand surgery go? Are you doing okay? Diane is in Iowa. Oh my gosh. It's 0. I don't. Here's the weird thing. Here's the amazing thing about the United States, but here's the weird thing. It's 0 degrees in Iowa. 0. 0. It's going to be 82 here in Florida. I don't know. Of course, in the summertime, you can't go outside because it's a heat stroke. Okay. Hi, Dubrovka. Hi, Susan. Hi, Betsy. Betsy's in Virginia. 6 inches of snow overnight, heavy sleet, and they still have power. Yahoo! Safe, still power. Did cooking yesterday just in case. Yeah, that's probably wise. Oh, Madeline's surgery is on Tuesday, so we wish Madeline well for her hand surgery. Diane is also doing applique. Hi, Julie. Donna Bogart. Snowing here. They're expecting 15 inches in New York. I know. I feel like I should put a sweater on. It's making me cold. Thinking about it is making me cold. Hygiene. Okay, here's the question. And it's not really always the case, but I think on this one, the blue is going to give a pretty good contrast on a lot of these flowers. The blue thread. So here's the question. Let me tilt this down just a little bit because it's making it hard for me to hold it up. I'm going to put it on my chest. So here's the question. Do you see, and I'm going to scoot forward. Hi, Loretta. Loretta, is it cold and snowing where you are? Jean, how about you? Okay. Do you see here on this petal? Okay, this is a good example. Do you see on this petal? On this petal, when I did the stitching, I stitched all the way around. Well, almost all the way around. See, what we have to decide is what we're going to do and be consistent with it, because the inconsistency is going to if I do it on the whole blanket, it'll make it look wonky. So can't figure out where my finger is. Dubrovka, it's negative. Oh my gosh. It's negative 25. Shouldn't you leave or seek higher ground? Me too, Susan. It comes tomorrow, and my patterns I ordered. Waiting for fabric to arrive. Sorry, I didn't know what we were talking about. Okay. I love the cherry coffee cup. This was a gift from my husband. When I say a gift, we were in Hobby Lobby. He does this. Okay, wait. Let's just finish the petals, and then I'll tell you about the cup. God. That's why people come on and they're like, aren't you going to sew nothing? Well, I get distracted. Okay. Do you see here how the top stitching is on the recessed flower? It's on the flower behind. Okay. This flower, these petals in the vertical and the horizontal are the recessed flowers, and then these petals are on top. That's how it's layered. Here, I stitched on this on that flower. See? On here, on this flower, on this petal, God, Angela, on this petal, I stitched on the green, and you really can't see it. So the petals kind of lay in the right? Yeah? I think that's how it should be. I'm not sure what happened right there. Let's see. Let me see. Oh, I just screwed that up. That was just my fault. I think the way to do it, I don't like this. I don't like this. Do you see this? Where I've stitched onto the recessed flower, and then it stops sewing the back petal when you come to the green petal. Just do all green. I think so too. I think on the blues, I think on the recessed petal, the petal that is in the back behind. I think what I'm going to do is only stitch. Oh my God. I wish I could reverse this so it would make sense to me. I think what I'm going to do, I think what I'm going to do is stitch on the blue flower or the recessed flower, right? Not always going to be blue. I'm going to stitch, and I think this is how I did it last time, but it's been a bit since I did the bees petals. So I don't remember how I did it. And I was probably talking the whole time, so I really don't remember how I did it. And the coloring got very lost on the petals. So you didn't really, it wasn't as obvious. There wasn't as much contrast as there is here. So I think on the recessed petal, I'm only going to stitch from this point up and around and stop. And then on the petal that's in the foreground, right, the petal that's technically on top, I'm going to stitch, hi, Min, come here. Come here. What's the matter? Is Dad doing something you don't like? Say good morning to everybody. Say hope you stay warm because you're freezing. She has been so cold because when they had to shave her, so cold all week. Her little ears. It's amazing how much that hair on her ears keeps her warm. Because even when her body is warm, you can feel. I mean, like it's like when they cut my hair and it was pretty short. You get suddenly like all of your neck is exposed and it's like woohoo. Gonna say hello to all the ladies. Dubravka is in Canada and she's freezing. She's freezing, Minnie. Okay, you ready to get down? I can't hold you the whole time. Okay, go lay on your blanket. Go lay on your blanket. Go on. Go lay on your blanket. So I think that little superstar. So adorable. Thank you, Diane. So I think that that's the solution so that they all look consistent and so that they are all it changes the feel of the layout. You know what I mean? When it was stitched this way. I don't know why I did that. I probably just wasn't thinking all the way. Okay, so now part 2 I'm a little bit concerned about. This was what I was going to use for the sashing. It's polycotton. I got it from you-know-where because I didn't have any, I couldn't go out yesterday. I didn't have any time to go out. So, and I knew I wanted to get going on this. Although I probably kind of jumped the gun a little bit because for the sashing, so these petals, for those of you that weren't here when we did the petals quilt, 16 blocks, 4 across, 4 down, 16-inch squares. Then I'm going to do, here's a question for all of you guys for layout. I was going to do, which I think, no, I didn't do a sashing on the bees quilt. So I can do a 2-inch sashing, 2.5 inch, just cut like, they would be like strips. Or I could do a slightly bigger sashing. I could do like 3 inches. If I did 3 inches, it would end up being 2.5 inches, an actual 2.5 inches. Or I could do, I don't want it too big. But by the same token, I want this quilt to end up being a really good size. I want it to be like a king size quilt that will go all the way over. I don't know if that's wise or not, but the good news is it's going to take me a bit to get all these top stitched. So we probably have time to decide. But this is the color. This, when it hits the light right, let me see if I can get it. When it hits the light right, you can tell that it's navy. No, Sandra, I'm never sure of anything. Am I sure? No, not really. But here's the question. Well, I don't know. I don't know if this is crap. I'm gonna have to do a little research and pull up my order from this blue, this kind of cotton. What's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of it. I would use cotton with cotton. Okay, I'm first gonna double check this is cotton. That's gonna be the first thing. And if I do, I may take this back. It's very dark for a navy. It's a very dark blue. And I'm just wondering, hi, Alex. Hi, Marianne. Thank you. The question is, can I open this so we can just see the fabric? Is it too dark? I was just hoping they behave differently in washing, etc. Blend. Blend what? Use the blend? Betsy. The grasshopper doesn't know what you're talking about, Betsy. Use Google Lens, it might tell you. Oh, okay, that's a good idea. 4 squares at 15.5 is 62 inches. Sashing will add another 8 inches. That will give you 70 inches. So what's a typical king size quilt? I just want, that will give me 70. Hold on, I'm going to take a picture of that. Because I want to measure the one that's on the bed. I have a guide. I think Madeline sent me a guide. Maybe not. I meant the fabric word you were looking for was blend. Oh, yes. No, but it's this kind of blue. Corn willow. Like a corn willow color? That's the word I was looking for. 108 at least. Hi, Shannon. Iced in Louisiana. Oh, geez. Shannon, hang in there. I'm hoping you still have power. It needs to be 108. Where am I going to get another 34 inches? All right, it's okay. This may just not be the one that goes on my bed. I was hoping for something a little more coastal, but that's okay. Because I don't think, I don't know how many borders I can add onto this thing to add another 30 inches. This is a very cold start to my birthday. Oh, Alex, happy birthday! Send Alex some happy birthday wishes. King size is 72 by 84. Okay, so on that, I need, wait a minute, what did she say? If I use 3.5 inch sashing, then I'll get, okay. So the sashing, we're going to do 3.5 inches. We should write that down somewhere. All right. The sashing, if only we had paper. Yes, the Butterfly Garden quilt is boxed. I'm also trying to find my mom some new books to read because she has read through the Virgin River series. She liked it so much she just went back and read it all over again. So I sent her a Susan Mallory, a Robin Carr from a different series or a different series that she's got. and 2 others that people have recommended, whose names escape me. So I sent that off to her. She likes that West Coast, coastal area, California stuff. She loves that because that's where she lives. And Northwest. So I sent her some books. The quilt is off. Just in time for her birthday. I'm actually going to make it on time. I know, spooky. It's probably going to be the last. It'll probably be the last thing that I actually send or complete on time, but whatever. You what?
It's cold out there. It's cold.
But you're wearing shorts.
Oh yeah.
Wow, nice gams.
Well, I was trying to appeal to all your subscribers out there that's having a real weary cold day.
Steve really wants to make sure that he is in solidarity with you.
Want to make sure you guys are all welcome to the channel. We feel for you out there.
Well, some of us feel for you.
Well, it's actually 80 degrees outside.
It's going to be 82 today. You're going to have a stroke.
Yeah.
You better...
Is this your scarf?
It is. And I think there's a slight chance that might be my sweater.
Well...
That's going to be one for me.
We're one in solidarity anyway.
Yes, we are.
Folks out
we
there.
are really feeling... And I even brought coffee this
morning.
morning.
Turn on the wood. We have wood stuff?
Gentlemen...
We
barely need a heater.
We don't have wood stuff. Okay.
I just finished
So on.
Gentleman's Quarterly. Madeline would like you to go clean her car.
Minnie, where's your snow outfit?
Minnie, where is your snow clothes? Hurry, go take your fabric. Okay. 73.5 inch, before I forget, sashing. Nice legs, huh? Yeah. Sashing will equal 74 inches total. Now, let's see. I just finished Jane Austen's bookshelf. Very good. And now I have lots of authors to read. Oh! That's Jane Austen's bookshelf. I am reading right now The River We Remember. Times Man of the Season, she says. Happy birthday, Alex. My birthday was yesterday. Stayed in doing crochet, cross-stitch, quilting, and reading all day. Oh, Angie. Oh. What a fantastic birthday. What a fantastic... See, that's my ideal. It is. It is. I don't need a trip. I don't need... Although my last birthday was pretty amazing because we went to Key West. We took a little mini vacation, went to Key West, and got married. So it was a fantastic birthday. However, on average, my ideal birthday is that. So please make sure that you wish Angie a happy birthday one day late as well. Okay, so thanks, Steve. Take that jacket off before you overheat. He's gonna have a stroke out there. Yeah, it's a good way to catch up on your reading and let your hand rest after your surgery, Madeline. Okay, so you guys were saying add borders to get the extra width. So if I need to go, I got the next 3 in the Mitford series from Abe Books for $11. Okay, Mitford series. That's Jan Karen, isn't it? And Abe Books, wow. I'm reading The River We Remember by oh crap, Betsy Kruller. I can't remember his name. Kroger? Not Kroger. That's the grocery store. Bye. See you later, Betsy. Stay warm. the next book I read is probably either going to be Hemingway, because I bought a compilation of a couple different, it's got like 3 Hemingway books in there, so I really want to do that. But I also have a book in the Cormoran Strike series that everything is escaping me today. Anyway, Cormoran Strike. If you know it, you know it. If you know, you know. The question is, again, though, is this too dark? We haven't addressed that. So if we need to get from 74 to 82, technically, that would be another, that's only 10 inches. So that's a 5-inch border on each side. That I don't have an issue with. And I could probably push it a little bit and go do like a thin border. Would you do a thin border then a thick border, or a thick border then a thin border? Yes, thank you, Shannon. William Kent Kruger. And the Cormoran Strike series, if you like this person as a writer in general, although it's very, very, very different. It's a completely different genre. Was written by technically Robert Galbraith, who is actually the pseudonym for the Harry Potter writer. I don't know where my brain is. I thought I'd had enough coffee, but that's okay. 108 with a drop for a king. The dark blue makes the light blue pop. Yeah, that is kind of what I was thinking. So I've already got it. I need to determine if this is cotton or polycotton. I have a weird feeling that it's polycotton. And if it is, then I'm just going to stay with the same thing, correct? Okay. Yeah, and you know what? Like, as I'm looking at it now with a little bit of light on it, it just looks like navy. So I think we'll stay with that. We're going to have to figure out a thin border and then a thick border. I think we'll do this dark blue on the thin border. I mean, on the thick border. Maybe we'll do like a 5-inch border on each side. And then maybe I could do like a 3-inch border, like a 3-inch and a 5-inch. That would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? We're going to have to lay it out and look at it when we get to that point. Right now, we're a little ways off. I hope you took all that stuff off. It's going to die. Okay. All right, so thin, then with another color, then the first thin with another color, then thick with the first color. 2 colors. I wonder if I could use it's getting very windy here today because it's blowing in. Tomorrow it's going to be like 20 degrees, 21 degrees, 29 degrees, something like that at night. So we're getting the cold weather in. Okay, so let's see where we've left off. Those are done. Those are done. Okay, let's get on you. There we go. A thin border would frame nicely. Maybe some sort of a purplish. See how they mixed these colors here? See how they thin, then thick. See how they did this? I'd like. I think that to kind of replicate something of this color in here would be kind of pretty. Julie says she loved the Mitford series. Oh, Well, then I think that I will have to recommend that to my mother. And I think on some of these petals, it's a word to the wise. I think on some of these petals I used a like a heavier heat and bond because I am getting some residue on my needle every once in a while. And I will also say this, and that is you have to go, I'm having to go much slower because when I go fast, it tends to, I think that's what's kind of binding up the needle a little bit, and it's tending to skip a stitch every once in a while. So be careful when if you try and use that heavy heat and bond thinking that, oh, it's going to give you a better bond. That was my mentality. It'll bond better, so that will be better. Not necessarily. And the cherry mug was a gift from my husband, Hobby Lobby. He does this all the time. He has a great attention eye for detail. And we'll be in a store and he'll see something that I completely missed. And he said, wow, that's cute. And I said, wow, that's really cute. And he said, okay, then I'm going to buy it for you. I'm not going to applique for a while after this quilt. I will agree with you on that, Diane. You've got to plan some time for it. Like you've got to anticipate that you have to anticipate that it's going to, you're going to have to either put on a good movie or, I don't know, put on a good audiobook. That's what I do. And, get lost in it. But some applique is not something that you can get lost in. You have to really be paying attention to where every stitch is going. Like this, once you kind of get going with it, it's not too bad. God, it's really getting windy out there. Okay. We'll finish this one. I'll show you where it's at, and then I'm gonna go see what my husband's doing. I've done this quilt pattern 3 times. Wow. Julie loves the Cormoran Strike books too. Love them. I'll tell you guys a quick story before I leave about the Cormoran Strike series. Petals quilt is on her list. Well, Shannon, we're doing one in a few months. We're doing the sunflower one. I'm so excited. And when I say the sunflower one, it's just because I made it up. So I want to do one that is browns and golds and yellows and really creamy colors. And I thought we would make all the flowers look like sunflowers. Wait a minute, Diane. You mean this one, the Petals one? I love this. I love this pattern. I love it. Okay. Hi, Marie from cold Texas. Oh, no. Another coldie. I think Florida's the only state that has just... We just refused to participate. It wasn't personal. We just didn't... We didn't feel like going with the crowd on the weather, and so we ordered a heat wave instead. Cormoran Strike. The first Cormoran Strike book that I read was The Ink Black Heart, which was like 3rd or 4th, maybe even 5th in the series. And I didn't realize it was part of a series. I didn't realize I didn't realize anything. I saw the book on a list, and then my husband and I were, this also tells you the fact that Steve does this all the time. Steve and I were in a cute little town called Mount Dora. And in Mount Dora, there's a little bookstore. And in the window, they had a picture of the ink black heart. And okay, one down. One down. And in the window was the book. And it had it just had a wonderful cover. Just a really eye-catching cover. And the book is huge. And so Steve said, wow, I bet you this is how Steve evaluates my books because he doesn't read fiction. He said, I bet you that's a good book because look at the cover. I don't think it works that way. But sometimes I do agree. And he has yet to be wrong. He's always picked, whenever he buys me a book that isn't a very specific book that I want, he manages to always pick a winner. And he bought me the book. And it was a good book. The end, the last 100 or 200 pages brings it all together. But it was a difficult book to read because there's all kinds of like texting and people gaming, young kids gaming that do that gaming stuff. And then so there's chat. There's chat, and it's the way that your text appears, text on one side, text on another side, and there'd be pages of it. And I struggled, but I've never, at least not in my adult life that I can remember, not finished a book. And so I powered through. I'm so glad I did because I fell in love with the series, and now I've read multiple books, not all of them. I don't know why I keep looking over there because there's not one over there. All right, let's see. No, the quilt I've made for myself. Thank you, Diane. I changed the blocks after I got totally done because I wasn't happy with it. Oh, no. Yeah. I was glad I changed these blocks around based on you guys' suggestions because we had some coloring things we had to change. We had to fix. So anyway, that one's done. That's one down. I'm waiting on some fabric for the Valentine's. So we're going to, over the course of the next 2 weeks, we're going to mix in the Valentine's, the wall hanging, and a couple of options on there. So we're going to do the wall hanging that I'm working on. And then I'm going to do a couple of mug rugs because I need some new mug rugs out front and on my desk. And then we're going to work on the Petals quilt. I'm going to leave you guys there. I hope you have a fantastic afternoon. I hope for a Sunday that you find something to do that you just enjoy doing. If you're snowed in, now my friend wants a quilt just like mine. Oh no, Diane. I hope you get to work on some of your hobby. I hope you get to sew or quilt or read or crochet. Those are mine. I'm not baking today. I've been baking a lot lately, and today I'm taking a break from baking. I may even order takeout for dinner and not even have to cook. I hope you guys stay warm. I hope you stay safe. Please don't wander out. If you're in an area where you're getting a lot of snow and wind and sleet and ice, please stay home. Please stay home. It's just so dangerous. And those of you that live in that part of the country, So please stay safe. I will see you guys all tomorrow probably. I have a video coming up tomorrow. Have a great day tomorrow. Start your week off right. I love you guys. And remember, only a 1/4 inch seam. And thank you to my dear sweet husband for his act of solidarity in putting on all of our warm winter clothing and his shorts. Love you guys. Bye.